Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm so excited to share that we've actually hit our first 1,000 subscribers, and I just want to say thank you to everyone that supported me and the channel so far. I'm so excited to keep sharing things with you, and if you're new to the channel, I hope you subscribe as well and join us on our adventure. Today we're actually at my trailer to do an unboxing of the Pit Bull trailer restraint system and also a how-to and installation video on how to actually install it in your trailer or your truck bed. I'm really excited about getting the Pit Bull system in there because it's supposed to be the best in the industry. In fact, there's actually a picture out there of a trailer that got tipped over completely sideways and the bikes were completely secure because they use the Pit Bull systems. Before we get started, I actually just want to say thanks to Ron Kirkland, who helped me kind of figure out, what are all the parts that I needed. So thanks, Ron, and let's get started. Yeah. We actually ended up ordering 2 of them because the idea is to have two TRSs side by side to transport, and then potentially get a third or even a fourth one to transport more bikes if we have to. But we'll start with 2. So I ordered the TRS system for my R6 as well as the RC8C, which is also compatible with the Kramer GP2. And you have to order, the pins are bike specific. So when you order it, make sure you order it for the appropriate bike. But let's see what actually comes with it, okay? Ooh, nice. What is this called, Peter? You know what the term is? Shit. Okay, this is what goes on the bike itself, right? We're pros. And a nice manuscript with some stickers, decals. Makes everything worth it. So we have 2 of these guys, 1 for each bike. And then this is, I believe, yes, these are the base plates, yes. So these are the base plates that go into the truck bed or on top of the trailer. And then I believe this is all the hardware that goes with it. So we'll go through that too. I don't know why I hum, because when I hum, the camera picks up on it. I have like a habit of humming when yeah, it's like very just very quietly, I'm humming in the background a lot. It's like a weird habit. Okay, cool. One of the locking mechanisms, I believe. And then the other one. So this is the mounting system, right? And then so it's already got the pins for your bike. So in this case, this is the R6 pins for both sides of the axle. And then the other one is for the RC8C. And then we also bought an extra set of pins for the Ovale GP2, just in case I need to transport the Ovale in the trailer. So how we envision doing this is, if you guys come closer, you can see that the trailer has an L-track system. And so it kind of runs the length of the trailer up to the midpoint of the trailer. Some people will attach the mounting plate directly into the trailer bed, but you have to drill through that, and that's not what we really want to do. So what we did is we actually measured out the length between 2 of the L tracks, and then went to your local metal supplier and got aluminum plates that span it. So you just measure out however long that is for you to get from one end of your L-track system to the other side of it, and then you're gonna mount the plate into the L-track system using these kind of specialized fasteners for the L-track. I'll show that to you guys. Can you see that? Yep. And you can order these guys from Amazon directly. So it's like a US cargo thing. I'll put the link down below. But it's gonna fasten. We're gonna have to drill through the aluminum plates into the L-track and fasten it there. And then that's going to let us fasten the TRS support, or the base plate, into the aluminum plate. And that way you can actually unlock it and then move it around if you want to kind of, so you can position your bike wherever you want when you're transporting the bike. So it's really, really convenient this way. Okay guys, all right, so these are the US cargo fasteners for the L-track. They actually come with all sorts of different shapes and sizes and different applications for like a kind of like carabiners looking fasteners even. But for this purpose here, what we need to do is we need to use this so that we can mount the aluminum plate into the L-track system. And how that works is you've got basically these kind of grooves here, and you're gonna line that up into like a spot here. And then this here is a channel essentially where it'll secure it into one of the fastening points here. And then when you screw the bolt on it, it's gonna pull against this plate here to fasten everything. And then the aluminum plate is gonna sit in between. So we're gonna have to drill a hole through the aluminum plate. And we're just gonna position it where we want it to be, right, for the aluminum plate. And then we're gonna drill a hole so that the bolt goes through the plate, and then you fasten it on top, and it'll pull the plate into the trailer or into the L-track system and secure it that way. So that's where we're gonna start with. Okay, cool. Let's we're gonna map it up, or we're gonna mark it up. Yeah, we're gonna mark it up, and then we'll get started with there. Okay, so we've drilled the holes that you need to mount the aluminum plate to the L-track. Just be careful when you're dealing with aluminum, this gets into your skin. So yeah, just be careful with that. We actually just use a shop vac to clean it all up and brush it off, so yeah. And one thing to note also is that there's gonna be a little bit of this gap here, right here. And so what some people do is they put like a foam pad or some sort of material here so that it doesn't bow down when you've got the bike loaded up. What we're going to use is we're just going to use this little exercise pad here. We'll cut them up, and then we'll put it beneath the plate right there. All right, so we've got the plates lined up and the bolts are drilled in, so that's awesome. That's the first step really. And now we're gonna just mark out the TRS plate itself on top of the aluminum plate. And so this is the easier part. You just want to center it and then mark it out accordingly, and then drill through, and then you can use the mounting hardware that comes with the Pit Bull system to mount the plate to the Pit Bull plate to the aluminum plate. So now that we've got the holes drilled through for the Pit Bull base plate, we can now mount directly through it, which is awesome. And friendly word of advice is to measure twice, cut once. Or in our case, a while ago, it was measure once and cut 30 times. So don't do that. Peter's been wounded. Peter's been wounded. Where's his hand? Oh no. Okay, here's a first aid kit. Yeah. Now, this is what it's gonna look like when you have all the hardware in place. Essentially, you've got the bolt and the spacer, and then you've got this little next spacer thing, and then you've got the nut on the top. And this is how you're gonna secure it. All right, so we've got the base plate mounted onto the aluminum plate now, and we kind of skipped a lot of it because there was a lot of just drilling and re-drilling. So definitely measure more than once, so you can only drill. Wait, definitely measure. What? You're right. No, measure twice, cut once. Measure twice, cut once, guys. Or else you end up like us. But this is what it's gonna look like right here. So the plate's mounted on, and now we're just figuring out, marking up where it's gonna go along the L-track within the trailer itself. The thing that we have to take into consideration here is that the patio gate, occupies some space when we close everything up. So it's gonna be a little bit further forward and not all the way back. But it should still be ample room to fit, two bikes side by side. And the plates are gonna be actually a little bit offset because they can't occupy the same spot in the L-track, but that's fine. And then should we need to, we can always put another plate further forward to get a third bike in there pretty easily. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. Let's keep proceeding. There you go. See? Peter is high on WD-40. Yay. Okay, so now it's mounted in. What we're gonna do is we're gonna cut a piece of foam and put it beneath this, and then we're gonna just bolt everything onto it, and then you'll have the first plate mounted, which is exciting. Oh my God. Sorry, I'm kind of like fast tracking through stuff just because it's getting a little late and a little chillier. But went ahead and just measured out these two foam pads from like the puzzle mat, the exercise puzzle mat that we had, a spare one. And the idea is just to slip it right beneath the plate and make sure that you just avoid the screws so that it provides enough support, but it doesn't get in the way, because it's going to be a pretty tight squeeze and a pretty flush fit. So Yeah, it'll also look a little bit nicer when it's completely flush on both sides. Yep. So go ahead and do that. Now you can see the foam pad and the aluminum plate and the Pit Bull plate. And now we're just gonna go back and kind of just torque everything down. But we are almost there. And you see like right here, you see how high the screws protrude? So we're gonna just get a saw at it later and just saw them down so it looks a little bit more neat. But for now, it's functionally sound, so I'm happy with that. Okay, so the last part here, or at least for the plate stuff, is you wanna slide in the bracket and it'll fit right in this kind of the spacer area right there. It got really dark and we're still at it. Unfortunately, the pins that were sent for the RC8C did not fit. So instead of doing the RC8C as a demonstration, we're just gonna use the R6 instead. So I had to run back home, grab the R6, come back here. Anyways, we're here now. Okay, so to do it, the pin's gonna fit right in. And then you're gonna lock it in there. Make sure you do it both sides. At the bottom as well, you need to secure it. And same thing on the other side as well. And then you're gonna undo the bungee cord. And you're gonna hook the bungee cord to somewhere. Yeah, there you go. So you're gonna hook it to the rear sets. Drives right through. So what was supposed to be a how-to has become very much a learning process video. The last thing that we have to do, the very last thing, is you actually have to saw the 2 bolts in the rear or else the TRS system can't actually swing into place. Let me show you what I mean. So it's this bolt on the back and then this bolt on the back here. So we've already sawed this one off. But it's so that this essentially this axle here can fit through and actually hook into this spot here, and then this will close around it. This bolt hasn't been shaved yet, so you can see that the bolt is actually kind of block the way for this to get in there. So that's what we're trying to, that's why we're sawing it down. But he got it. Yes. Success. Okay, all right, now we can demonstrate it for the final time. Okay, so that's in place now. And then now the thingy can swing into it, see? Now you can see that swings into it. That's one side. There you go. Yep. Yep. Yay! It's in. We know what we're doing, guys. I promise we know what we're doing. and then lock the last part over here. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay, and now the bike is up and it's secure. She ain't going nowhere. Pit Bull system installed and tested on the R6. Now, unfortunately, the pins for the RC8C does not fit. So we're gonna have to go and deal with that next, but hopefully I can get that soon because I really don't want to transport it without this, because we actually tried to load it up into my truck bed using a ramp 3 weeks ago, and something bad happened, which you'll have to see in the next episode. Stay tuned, and thanks for entertaining this video. Obviously, lots to learn, but I think I'm also really glad to finally get the Pit Bull system installed in the trailer. All right, see you guys in the next video. Thanks.